Hi guys, Middlemaniac back again, and in this video, I'm gonna do another horror-related thing because again, it's October. So in this video, it's gonna be a part one. It's probably gonna be 3 parts, maybe 4, but probably 3. In this part one of I'm gonna show off my horror movie merchandise. So with that, let's begin. So first off, I have a few books. First off is this one. I think it was the oldest, the one I've had the longest. It's called the Essential Horror Movies or Essential Horror Movies. Um, and then on the side it says Essential Horror Movies, matinee monsters to cult classics. Um, And oh yeah, the outside is of course a black and white sort of collage of different horror movie monsters, and then on the inside, on the before you actually get into the actual book itself, in the inside of that, hold on, let me actually take the cover sleeve off really quickly. I don't think I've ever taken this off. Oh yeah, and then there's this, what's underneath the sleeve on the front. And then actually on the inside, before you get into the actual book, on the actual book itself, there's just an awesome collage of different posters of different horror movies. So you got House on Haunted Hill. You got Black Sabbath. No, the movie, not the band. And then you got Bride of Frankenstein here. You got Evil Dead up there, and then Night of the Demon down there. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then I think it also continues on the back. I don't know. I've never paid attention. Oh yeah, it's the same collage. And then inside, is just basically, just a collection of different horror movies over the years. Um, like Frankenstein and stuff. But yeah, it's not. I don't think it's in. No, it's technically not in chronological order. I believe they have it in sections of. Well, actually, I think this one actually might be in chronological order in terms of years, but maybe not actual release dates. I don't know. I know it's sections off into. I know it's sections off into different categories of horror movies, like possession horror movies, monster horror movies, ghost movies. Um, let's see what's a really good. What's a really good picture? Um. Uh, Here we go. Some Evil Dead stuff. It has some pictures from the films, and it also has a lot of information on the bottom. This one just talks about the first one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then, what's another really cool section? Oh, yeah. House on Haunted Hill. It's only on one page, but, one of my favorite, black and white horror films and my favorite Vincent Price film. But yeah, it's just a really, really good book. Especially if you're looking for new, not new in particular, but if you're looking for horror movies you haven't seen before and you don't know what to look for, this is definitely a book to consult to figure out what you want to watch. It has some really cool posters in it too. Oh, almost forgot to put the sleeve back on. Hold on. And there we go. Okay. Oh, I put it on completely backwards and upside down. I'll fix it later. But yeah, there's that. And then next up is quite a smaller book, and that is 101 Horror Movies You Must See Before You Die. Again, another really good book to consult if you want to look for horror movies you haven't seen before but don't know what to look for. It just has a really, really good selection of horror films. Stuff from, like, just all the years horror has been around, from, like, 1920s all the way to present. Has some really good... And then each section of a movie it talks about, first thing you see, the first thing that's on a page is the poster for the movie. There's some really cool posters in here. But yeah, it's just a... There we go. Horror of Dracula, one of my favorite Dracula movies that I still need to get. I don't own it yet. For some reason, I guess I've never gotten around to getting it, but I do really love... This is my favorite Hammer horror film, by the way. Horror of Dracula. And my favorite Christopher Lee performance of all time. But yeah, just a really good book. There's Psycho. That. And then another one that's slightly bigger is just called Horror Cinema. Creature from the Black Lagoon. This one is just, I guess, sort of just because of bits and pieces of, like, little teeny bits of information for the most part. But when you go back further into the book, let's see if I can find where it starts off. Oh yeah, you go further into the book, and then you got the author's top 50, a list of the author's top 50 horror movies. So there's just a huge list of like 50 horror movies that is the author's personal favorites, such as Dracula from 1931, King Kong, of course, the original Bride of Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Fly, Misery, Near Dark, stuff like that. I mean, it's just a really, really good book. It also has some really just cool screenshots from movies. I don't know why. I don't know why they have a picture from Godzilla 1985. That's not a horror film. I don't know. Guess they didn't know better. But yeah, it's just another really, really good horror book, horror movie book. And then of course, Phantom of the Opera, a movie I absolutely love. Also, I still need to get that one. And then you have Bela Lugosi as Dracula over here. But yeah, this is another really amazing horror movie book. Next up is a book I actually got just a few days ago. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, I haven't read this one yet. And that is The Making of Alien. I got this a few days ago at my local comic book shop. Yeah, and then look at the back. That's awesome. And then there's some really cool pages in here. Really cool pictures. Let's see. Oh, and then I guess this is sort of the studio where they were making the costume for the guy who played the Xenomorph in the first film. Hold on, let me try to flip this around really quick. There we go. Yeah, but I'm not going to... This is kind of heavy, so I'm not going to just casually flip around in here that much. It's a really, really heavy book. But yeah. And then, let's see, that's it for the books. Now moving on to a few other things. First off, posters. I do have horror movie posters, but they're all the way in at the other end of the house in a different room. But I did take pictures of them. I it's just a lot easier to show you the pictures I took because I don't want to carry my computer all the way to the other end of the house and back. But yeah, hold on. Okay, so first off is I got this for free. I got this poster for free. There we go. You can see it. I can't face it head on, or the glare will ruin it, but ruin the view. But there we go. It's a poster from the movie Jigsaw. I got it for free when I went to see Jigsaw in theaters. Yeah, and then I have a poster for the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Hold on. Maybe if I turn down the brightness, who knows? Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Let's try that. It kind of works. But you can see that right there. The poster for the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Actually, this is probably my fourth or fifth favorite of the posters. I don't have many posters for the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, but I will get more at some point. And then there's the poster for Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. Even though it's a really terrible movie, I do love the design, the artwork for the poster. And then a poster which is just a screenshot from Creature from the Black Lagoon. And then the last one is a poster for the second Creature from the Black Lagoon movie. Alright. Let's see. What's the last things I could show for part one of this? Oh, of course. My Freddy Krueger glove. I got this a few years ago. It's not one of the more high-end ones. It's not low-end like the NECA ones. It is handcrafted, but it is definitely not super accurate. But it's good enough. You got the I don't know. It seems like this one is just sort of a generic one. It's sort of like a mixture of a glove from the glove from the first movie and the glove from the second movie. As you can tell, it's the color of the glove from the second movie and maybe a little bit of the shape as well. But it has, I don't know. It's just a really good one. Not too high end, but probably sometime in the future I will eventually get a more accurate one. But probably won't be anytime soon. But hopefully eventually. It's good. It's very sturdy. It's not like it's flimsy material. It holds up very well. And it's not. It kind of looks heavy because it is metal, but it's not super heavy at all. It's just sort of, I don't know, not light, but it does have a slight weight to it, but not much. And then the blades, they aren't sharp. They're just sort of etched. They're not etched. They are just sort of regular. I don't know if it's steel or whatever it is, but they're not sharp at all. But they are definitely not flimsy. And then also there's a little bit of like added sort of like dirt and grime sort of on here. You can't really see it because of the lighting, but there's a little bit added sort of like a almost aged look to it. And there's that side. There's that. And then the last thing to show for part one. No. Okay. Last thing to show for part one is not really anything. It's not. You could kind of say it's not horror movie merchandise, but it is horror movie related. And that is a picture of me and Robert Englund. You know, for those of you, I know there are some people, usually it's younger people, who's Robert Englund? Well, of course, he's the guy who played Freddy Krueger. I met him a few years ago at a horror movie convention. Unfortunately, I didn't get his autograph, but uh, I mean, getting a picture of me and him is still pretty cool. So that's about it for part one. Unless, nah, I'm not gonna make this a 20-minute video. But I will probably upload part two right after, and then whatever parts are left, probably tomorrow and the next day. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.